Yes. Amazing. So I welcome you all, and without wasting any more time, let me um, introduce myself. Some of you knows me very well though, and some of the members must be new. Who are the new members? Let me know in the chat box. If you are
Yeah, it's
new to
me.
protest, just write N in the chat box. So Lakshmi, I can see you, new. Yes, Samareen is new, Deepa is new, that's great. I can see Mudassar joining. So Nitya is new here, Roshni, Swami, wonderful. I can see many, many new people here. So let me quickly introduce myself and ProTouch. I'm Dr. Aparna Sethi. I come with around 20 years of experience, worked in various industries like manufacturing, service, education, and now I started my own company called ProTouch. So I'm a founder of ProTouch. ProTouch is into corporate training programs as well as various certification programs like HR Generalist, HR Analytics, POSH TTT, and we provide many, many, many customized corporate training programs. I'm sure you must be thinking now, oh, sales speech. But no, don't worry. This is all over. We can see that it is 3:07 and it's all done. Because it's very important to know about the company, about the person. Isn't it? Do you agree with me? Let me show some. You can show me some thumbs up so that I get to know. Wow, Nikita, thank you so much. Nice to see you. Great. Wonderful. So everyone is here today to learn assertiveness. Wow, isn't it wonderful? So what we will do, I have arranged very exciting things for you. Okay. Before we begin the session, I will give you exactly, my favorite around 7 minutes. 7 minutes is too much time, but I will share one test with you. Is it fine with everyone? Let's have a very quick psychometric. If you have your journal ready or the notepad ready, it will be really nice. So let me share my screen with all of you and then we'll take it forward. Okay, so this is the psychometric. You can see around 110 questions here. And the answer is only yes or no. Yes or no. Okay, you don't have to write entire question here. Don't worry. Just write the question number and the answer. So if you want, let me read it for you. I will keep some few people on mute mode. Okay. So question number 1, do you look people straight in the eye when you talk to them? Yes or no? Just write number 1 and answer. Question number 2, you don't have to think much. Oh my God, when did I, had an eye-to-eye contact? You don't have to think so much, okay? Do you speak clearly and address the situation directly? Yes or no? Do you speak with confidence or mumble and stumble over your words? Just be honest to yourself. No one is going to see and look at this score. Do you stand or sit up straight or slouch?
Ma'am, if it is sometimes, then can we
But yes or no? So it is maximum times which behavior you display. Okay? Great. Are you confident in asking questions when you need clarification? Deepa, you must give yes for this, isn't it? You just displayed that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, great. Question number 6. Are you comfortable around others? Question number 7. Are you able to say no when you don't want to do something? Just see the frequency. Question number 8. Are you able to express your feelings appropriately? Sometimes we go through that feeling, I'm not able to express, you're not able to understand me. we pass such statements. Think about it. Do you offer your opinion when you disagree with something or someone? What do you do most of the time? Your mind will tell you, we should express. That should is not important. What do you do is more important. Do you defend yourself when blamed for something that wasn't your fault? Now count your yes, count your no's. How many yeses you have and how many no's you have. Once you have done counting, just show me the reaction button so that, I will get to know that you're done. So Jivita has raised a hand. Yes, yes, yes. Great, great. You can bring your hands down. I can see. Now let's have a look at the results. Okay, results. Okay, just have a look at it. 2 or 3 no's answers mean you assert your needs and wants without too much difficulty. 4 to 6 no answers, and you may experience trouble being assertive and possibly replay several what if scenario before acting. That is, a lot of overthinking happens. Quite possible. 7 or more no answers, and you lack assertiveness and should spend time building up the tools necessary to live life on your terms. Okay, so I hope you found it useful. Let me know. Use the reaction buttons. If you have loved it, show me your love. Yes, thank you, Juhi. Thank you. Thank you so much. Relatable, Anjali. That's wonderful. Wonderful that is, isn't it? I hope there are a lot of question and answers and, lot of self-talk must have happened during this time, isn't it? However, let me tell you very important thing today that, no one is perfect. Every situation is different and we all are learning, isn't it? Now, let me ask you one question to all of you, okay? If you get a magical wand, which allows you to have a conversation without having any consequences, okay? Without having any consequences, who will you have that conversation with? अगर आपके पास कोई मैजिकल पावर आ जाए और आपको लगे कि मुझे कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस का डर ही नहीं है, तो आप किसके साथ बात करना चाहोगे? Yes, and let
myself.
Yes, yes.
Myself.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Powerful, Deepa. Thank you so much. If you are thinking too much, you can send me personal messages also on this. So, with whom you would like to have a talk with? Myself.
I would like to have talk with my mentor.
Okay.
She is one of the persons which I want to talk to her, because there are certain things that sometimes I cannot say no what she says, even if I differ. But I openly I can't say no, because they may consequences may change if I say no assertively.
Great. And I can see a lot of people are asking, okay, nothing political about it. So Nikita is saying, I would love to have a talk with mother. My stakeholders, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So just imagine where you do not have to face any kind of consequences. Some of my team members are also here and they must be saying, with you, I would like to have talk. There is a possibility, right? Okay. So think about it, Samreen, that, you would like to have a heart-to-heart talk. You would like to have that tough discussion without having a fear of those consequences. So that is the question. So Hina, it's not mentor, mentor I still understand, because you and me share that bond with each other. So you may not have that fear of consequences, but there are many relationships where you have a fear of consequences. क्या होगा?
Possibly a life partner.
कहाँ से होगा?
Life partner.
Life partner. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying that. Yes. Amazing. And you will be amazed to see the, when this survey was conducted and people gave such kind of answers, right? What kind of answers are these? Are like, okay. They would love to speak to their bosses, supervisors, sometimes their colleagues, with my spouse. I would like to have that direct contact and that direct conversation with my client. Oh my God, this was such an urgent requirement, right? Like by today evening, you were supposed to take a, decision, right? And now it's been 15 days, you're not even reverting to my call. For you, I worked on a weekend. Hello. How many of you are able to relate to this? Right? How many of you are able to relate to this? You send me messages in the midnight also that this is so urgent. And now you're not even reverting. I would like to have that tough call. But client is there and I have a fear. Isn't it? We all have. Why we don't talk to people directly? What stops us? Please let me know. What stops us? You can put it in the chat box. Some
Maybe
of you can
lack of communication, confidence.
Lack of confidence. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What else? What stops you?
Maybe sometimes we may not be so clear what we think in the mind.
Okay.
When it comes to presenting our view, it may vary. Sometimes we may lack in confidence that whether we may exactly communicate what we need exactly without any controversy.
Okay,
Sometimes
without any controversy. That is very important.
Fear of no.
Fear of no. Thank you. You are talking very powerful words you are giving today. Yes, Lakshmi.
Yeah, fear of no. Sometimes people may
fear of no.
Fear of yes, or rejected.
Deva has mentioned fear of facing what? Anxiety, Vasudha has said. People might judge. Amazing. Can you see this? And this all stops us. Lack of confidence. Absolutely right. When we look at us, this is what exactly we all go through. Let's have a look at this one. There was a wonderful gentleman who wanted to have a great idea with the bosses, right? He also wanted to discuss with the team that, hey, let's work on it. Or maybe wanted to give a feedback to his or her boss, or maybe a feedback to a client, or maybe feedback to the team member, or maybe to his girlfriend or a wife. But what happens? He goes excitedly, but he stops because there is a people stake. Yes or no? People stake. Like, for example, please tell me you become assertive with your children, but you can't become assertive with neighbors. You can't become assertive with your managers, or you can't become assertive with your... Are you getting my point? So can we say Jivita is not assertive? And many people say, Madam, ghar pe dekho, ghar pe awaaz nikalti hai. Right, Ashok? You're smiling, I can make out that. Yes? Ghar pe kyun awaaz nikalti hai? Why it happens that Jivita is able to speak
because
in the house,
we feel
but not able to speak anywhere else? Yes, Deepa.
Because we know that there is no one at home who will be judging us.
No one at home who will be judging us, okay? Or even though they judge, I don't care.
Yes.
Because my relationship is strong. Yes or no? Am I making sense, everyone? Right? So,
yeah.
It totally depends. Like, again, it is a power game too. Like, who holds the power? She might be powerful at home, but not in the office. Just understand this. We all have assertiveness, but where and when? That is what is very important. And when it comes to power, when it comes to different levels, like we all have fear of losing relationship, position, like, for example, who is who in the company, right? Social constraint, that is labeling. Like everyone said, we are afraid of getting judged. Keeping that friend, that is, I want to have that relationship. Disagreements. Yes.
There is this fear of whenever I have been assertive, then judgment happens. Later on, people talk, and then they make you feel guilty that you were so confident. Sometimes I face this, that you feel guilty of saying something which you strongly felt.
Right. That is what we are saying. Disagreement se dar lagta hai, because someone will judge me, because someone will label me. And I don't want to spoil environment. It's okay, na? Everyone is happy. Why to talk about this point? And sometimes we ourselves don't have a clarity that, am I thinking right or not? Should I speak or not? Does that happen with you? Yes? Yeah. And this is called the deep valley of thoughts. Before we go to that person, and believe me, this valley of thoughts, we get a deep dive into in just fraction of second. Your heart says, mind says, go and speak, but these are all thoughts stop us, isn't it? And we all need to minimize it. Because if we don't minimize it, what will happen? Tell me. If we don't minimize it, yes?
Conflicts.
Between whom? Because other person doesn't even know. He doesn't even know that you are carry those thoughts. That person doesn't even know that you are hurt. Am I making sense? It is most important for all of you to understand, if you don't talk it out, you will act it out. Because see, that hurt needs to go out, that feeling needs to go out. And then it will look for the ways to vent out. Am I making sense? It has to go out. Because it's just like our physiology. If you are eating something which has, and you are got an allergy of, it will come out. Maybe you will vomit, we may have a loose motions, we have a rashes, we will have something or the other thing, it will come out. And then you feel better, yes or no? The most important thing, please understand, if you don't talk it out, the biggest harm you are doing to yourself. Because other person is not even aware about it, that you all are going through these thoughts. Yes? Making sense? You're thinking since 3-4 days about that one problem. Other person is, hello, how are you? How was your day? What should I say? Day and night, I'm thinking about you.
Aparna, I have a question.
Yes, Rupali.
Yeah, so I absolutely resonate with what you're sharing. Okay, it happens to me as well a lot. But sometimes I can understand when it comes to a friend or a neighbor, we have to, as you said, minimize the valley and then, talk it out. But when it comes to client, there'll be consequences of being assertive, right? And absolutely. I have to carry that baggage because I have no option and, be assertive with the client. Then what do I
Rupali,
do?
why? So this is the thought replacement we are doing. What stops you from talking to clients?
I guess the consequences, like you gave
what
this example.
Consequences will happen?
That, I have been working for a week, it was urgent, and now you're not coming back, for example.
Right? Okay. So that person may get hurt or whatever it is. Yes or no?
Yeah.
But when that person will get hurt, Rupali?
I guess I think it can be, they can just find it rude, or they might just, sometimes client have this expectation.
But when they will find it rude?
If I just speak my heart out, I guess, if I just say that,
if
I won't be rude, of course, that's not the intention. But even if I just express myself saying that, I've been for a week, now you're not coming back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, Rupali, thank you so much for bringing this point and helping us to take the session on next level. Very important. When the person will feel rude, when everything will happen. Because please, today we have to make 2 decisions. One, we are going to speak out. And I'm telling you, Rupali, Santosh, Ashok, understand one point, that, if you value that relationship, then you must speak out. Because if you don't speak out, you will act it out. You will not talk to them. You will not pick up their phones. You will not send messages back. And you're all the time thinking about one incident. Am I making sense? And that is going to spoil your relationship more. And that is going to be difficult.
But what if, ma'am, if the other person whom we are going to speak is not ready to listen?
So that is okay, Deepa. The biggest part of the psychology is you cannot change others. And this is where, Deepa, you need to understand, make a decision from today. Speak it out. Speak up. Can we do that? Everyone. We will see later now. But one thing is there, if I get hurt, if I feel bad, if I feel happy, if I like someone, if I don't like someone talking, if my client talks to me later and not responding, I will speak up. Can we decide that first? Then we will see later on. If you are ready to speak up, you say speak up in the chat box. Let me know how many of you are ready to speak up from today. That one thing is very clear. One second, Deepa, one sec. One thing is very clear. Nidhi, don't write yes, don't write yes. Just write speak up. If you are ready to speak up, just take a pledge today that I'm going to speak up. Because what is going to make a difference is how you speak, not what you speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I agree.
When Rupali said,
The
he may
tone.
take rude. When will he take rude? The way you will speak.
Tone and the target, yes.
Absolutely. So we are so ready to see that people are now saying, I'm going to speak up because I value that relationship. Because I value that relationship. If you don't value that relationship, then you know now how many people honk after you on the road. Do you stop? Yes. Do you talk to them? They don't even bother. We don't even bother, yes or no? Because they're all strangers. It doesn't matter how much they are going to honk. But if you value the relationship, can be with children, can be with husband, can be spouse, can be bosses, can be anyone. If that relationship matters to you, you are going to talk, speak up. Can we do that? Can we do that?
Yes.
Great.
Yes,
Great.
yes.
You know, well,
may I ask one question?
First, now one thing, from tomorrow onwards, if anything, someone has not passed a smile to you, someone has interrupted you, someone has not made you feel, as it is you're existing there. It can be anything. Someone was loud over the phone with you. It can be anything. Can you speak up?
Most of us actually lack here that we don't know how to.
And today I'm going to tell you. Are you excited? See, now this session is going to, Deepa, I will take all the questions at the end, okay? Keep your questions ready. Let's have the major tools, and then I will spend time with you. Even post 8 o'clock also, I will spend time with you. Then, there are two situations. One situation is random. Someone says something and you're not prepared. Yes?
Yes.
Someone says something and you're not prepared. So one situation is random. And another situation is, just give me a second. So first situation is when some random conversations happen. And second situation is when you have conversations scheduled. For example, if I'm going to call Lakshmi, my conversation is scheduled today, what am I going to speak? Are you with me? So there are two ways. One, when your conversations are not scheduled, and when your conversations are scheduled, how are you going to use it? So from today onwards, and let me tell you very important thing. From today, your life is not going to change 100%. Let's not expect that. Yeah. It's a process, right? There are some tools I will share with you, and believe me, you may take one or two and you may find it, oh, this is working. Okay. So now, first situation is when the conversations are not scheduled. Let's have this one. See, your mind has a power to think. Your mind has a power to think a lot in a fraction of seconds. In a fraction of second, it thinks about relationships, about the consequences, about someone getting hurt, about environment getting spoiled. Then your mind can also think like this. What is the thing? For example, let's look at this example. What was the situation? A friend asked to borrow some money. I know. Imagine your friend has asked for the money. What would be now your passive response? Yes. How much? Passive means where you're not even bothered. Ho sakta hai, sometimes you don't want to give also, but just for the sake of it, you're asking. Right? What would be aggressive response? No way. I can't trust you that you will give me back. What will be assertive response? I follow one thing in life, that I generally don't lend money to my friends. In a fraction of a second, we all need to figure out that what is the response I'm going to give? What is the response I'm going to give? And we are going to have some, discussions on this. Before we move forward, let me show you certain things. When you give a passive response, you try to be nice to the person. You want to please to other people. Okay. Like for example, you are not setting your personal limits. It is very clear from the slide here. Yes. But when you are giving assertive response, you are firm. You use I statement. You say no. You have boundaries. And what is aggressive response? Explosion or explode. Powerless. Out of control you go. You use foul language. Sometimes, you break something. Your voice is loud. That is aggressive. So passive is you're trying to please people. Assertive is you're firm. And aggressive is explosion. Is everyone clear on these three things? Yes. So any situation comes to you, any situation, very important, these three things you need to process in your mind, whether you want to be passive or you want to be aggressive or you want to be assertive. Making sense? I'm sure it will take little time. Let me give you some examples. Here you have chance to unmute yourself. Okay. For example, you have a colleague who pass comments on other girls, cracks jokes, which you don't like. What will be the passive response? Someone please. What will be passive response in this?
Ma'am, that why are you doing this?
Is it a passive response, Nikita?
Avoiding.
Being a party, party to the same person, being nice. Why to spoil environment?
Too much fun teasing her, something like that.
Huh? Or for example, simply you will not say anything, you will also laugh.
Yeah.
Does that happen? Please tell me.
But it's actually completely based on the relation or rapport we have to that colleague. With that
Not
colleague.
necessary, Lakshmi. I'm telling
Yes.
you. I'm telling you.
I think
it doesn't matter. Sometimes and most of the time what happens, for example, let's consider your boss passed some comments. And you say,
Yeah.
Am I right? Sometimes your friends, and I'm not saying again, here I'm not talking about men and women. I'm just saying, even women and women. How is she looking? Look at her like a Benji. She doesn't know how to dress up. As a passive person, what will you do? Yes, you are right. However, from inside, you're not agreeing to that statement. Yes or no? What will be aggressive response?
Why are you doing this? Or what gives you?
Just get out of.
I think it's very mean what you're doing. I think it's very mean. Don't you think you shouldn't do it?
Okay. Or for example, someone may say, see, this is what happens. People like you pass comments on girls, and this is what happens in India.
Or ma'am, we can say that the same things happen with your female like
Aggressive, Nikita, aggressive.
ये same चीज तेरी माँ
Explosion.
Exactly. Aggressive answer will be like, what nonsense you're talking like that.
Absolutely. Others can also put it in the chat box. Are you getting my point? I hope you're understanding the difference between passive, assertive, and aggressive, right? What would be assertive response in this case?
I don't like this. Please stop doing it.
Okay. I don't like this. Okay. Assertive. Fine. Good, Deepa. What else? Others, please put it in the chat box.
I think if I was in your place, I wouldn't have done this. I think it's very mean.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm audible. Yeah. So I think we can have a talk. Like if the person is doing something and a person is not liking, I can talk with the person who is doing it and make him or her understand that, this is something, it's not an appreciable gesture.
Absolutely, Sahana, that's right. However, sometimes, you don't have to even say something. Suppose if you have a challenge with that person, you can just say, excuse me, you should not laugh, just leave from there. I think that is also a very powerful message you gave. Yes or no? Please let me know.
Yes.
Getting my point? You sometimes, for example, there is a stay and you are not able to say, but whenever such kind of things happen, just leave from there and people will observe that whenever such comments are passing, Nikita leaves. Nikita never laughs. People will realize that, right?
Ma'am, but what is the most appropriate way to answer? May I know?
Priyanka, honestly speaking, there is no science here.
Okay.
Okay, there is no science here. So sometimes I will also, generally, how do I handle such kind of situation when I come to know?
Ma'am, but it varies person to person, right?
Of course, Priyanka, 100%. But Priyanka, now here what I want to, like, honestly speaking, we conduct 1 day session on this. We are going to have 1 hour. Okay.
Yeah,
so for example, first make up your mind, Priyanka, that I will not be a party to such kind of thing. And I will respond. And my response will not be passive. My response will not be aggressive, but my response will be
assertive.
Making sense? If today, if I can bring 1% change in 1%, mein bahut zyada bol de, if 0.5% also change I bring in your mindset, that I'm going to respond, because see, please understand, otherwise you will become a hit me toy. And the more you will start going ahead in your careers, there will be assertiveness will be required. Because let me tell you one thing very clearly today. Everyone wants promotion. Is there anyone who doesn't want a promotion here?
No, ma'am.
Everyone needs that.
Everyone wants promotion, but understand, the higher you will go, the villain you will become.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because you cannot please everyone. You need to make big decisions. And in those decisions, there will be few people who will feel bad. There will be people who will feel happy. There will be few people who will say, Sanuki. Right?
Yeah.
It is like a parenting, everyone wants to become a parent, but when your teenager stands in front of you and challenge your parenting, you say, what is it? Think about it. So promotion is fine, but along with that, if there are positives, then there are a lot of things will come into the picture. And one thing is required is the assertiveness, because no one wants aggressive boss. Everyone wants a boss with assertiveness. Am I making sense, everyone? So this is an art, and we all need to learn this art today. So make up your mind. And best part is, you don't have to go in science laboratories. After this session, things are going to start now. Start implementing. Making sense? I'm not saying raise voice everywhere. Getting my point? Don't raise voice everywhere. However, if there is a challenge, if you slightly disagree with it matters. So in those conversations, you can certainly take conversation forward. Making sense? I will come back to Lakshmi. Give me some time so that people can practice it, and then I will get back. Okay. Let's have a look at this. You have a colleague sitting next to you who keep on disturbing you. It impacts your work. Now you decide to talk to him. How will you speak to that person? What would be your passive response now?
A smile with nothing, with no statement.
Absolutely. You can write it in the chat box. I'm waiting for your answers. What would be your aggressive response?
Can you stop that?
Will you please stop? Please, to aayega hi nahi. Will you stop that, please? It's disturbing me. And tell me one thing, if you do not talk at the right time, then you are going to have an explosion. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
In a diet, there is a rule. When you do a diet, there is a rule that you should never be empty stomach. Because if you are very hungry, then you lose out. Then you will have everything. But when your tummy is full a little bit, then you are controlled. Then everything is fine, right? You're enjoying the food and not overeating. Yes?
Yeah.
In the similar way, do it on the time. Hey, am I making sense? Let me know in the chat box.
Yes.
Are you finding it useful or not? Let me know in the chat box, please. It helps me so that, great. Great. Okay, so someone has written, I have much work to do. But this is every day happening. You must be having that kind of a colleague, right? Every time mood ban gaya, batein karne aa jana hai wahan pe, So that is where, and then what will be your assertive response?
That could you please mind your own work and let me do my work also?
This will be still, I will say, aggressive. This will be still aggressive. Go assertive.
I have been meaning to tell you this. Could you please, not come around my desk at this time? We can catch up at lunch or something.
Yeah, I'll do one thing that now it's time to work. Let's talk in the break time. We'll have a lot of fun. So let's have some good time. Now let's start work now. Let's finish the work early and we will go and we will chat. I'll just make him.
So Lakshmi, you're talking too much, too many sentences you are doing. So, it may sound in the pleasing. It may, it will still not give that stern warning to that person that, 10 to 1 is my office.
There I lack actually this bigness.
Ma'am, I can say that
I can't offend people directly and indirectly. I can't make them to understand. There I lack.
So Lakshmi, we need to have very stern language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, ma'am, we can say that, sorry, I'm a little busy right now. And can we catch up later?
Yes. And you do it once or twice. What will happen, Rakhi? Arey, ye to hamesha busy rehti hai. Jane do. You give the message.
Yeah.
What person will say? See, persons will still talk, say like, oh, sincere, these are like front benchers, boss ki chamki.
They'll do like
that. All that. See, they will label you still. Then at least have your peace of mind and get labeling done, na? Making sense, everyone, right? And sometimes it can be the regular thing. So then you need to script what is it that you're going to talk. Am I making sense to everyone? Yes?
Yeah.
So all the time think, and believe me, it is a practice. Your mind has a capacity to process the information. And I'm telling you today, from today onwards, there is one thing I'm giving it to you. It's called 90-second rule. What is 90-second rule? In this 90 seconds, your BP will go high and everything will happen. However, in this 90 seconds, you have to see whether you want to respond assertively or aggressively. And sometimes it is also okay, to go, you're trying to butter someone, like, for example, Passive.
To clients.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It is okay. Everywhere you don't have to be right. Everywhere you don't have to win the battle. You have to choose your battles. Very clear. So this tool is clear to everyone. Assertive or aggressive. Within 90 seconds, you need to decide. Is that fine with everyone?
Okay.
These are called spontaneous conversation. What is it called? Spontaneous conversation. And now, just hold on to your questions. I'm going to give you beautiful 3 tips today, which you can keep it in mind always for the conversation which you schedule. Okay? And let me tell you one thing. All the tough conversations can be scheduled. For example, same person who is troubling you at workplace, talking too much, time pass and all this. You can also schedule a talk with that. You don't have to give there and there answers. Yes or no? So the more you will schedule, that will be better for you. So let me give you few very important and simple techniques. Okay. First, it's called empathetic assertiveness. What do I mean by that? First, recognize how the other person feels and their opinion about the situation. For example, I understand you are having trouble working with Karan. However, this project needs to be done and completed by Friday. Am I making sense? Empathetic saying is, I understand what you're going through. Avoid using the word but. But is going to create a very negative connotation in your conversation. Say, I understand, I can feel it. Oh my, how are you managing it? However, right? Because please understand, your team members and people will come up with a lot of challenges. I have this is happening in my family. I have that is happening in my family. But how are we going to work? Yes. So you can understand it and you can say however. Okay. So this is one, empathetic assertiveness. Second is when you want to become more stern. When you want to become more stern, Lakshmi, this is for you, right? I want, I need, I feel strongly. The moment you say I makes your conversation intense. I for intense, right? And this level of conversations, you can have it when you have already understood the person twice, thrice. Yeah, I have understood you have a problem. I understood you have a problem, but now I want this work should be done. And that time, understand very important thing. You don't have to raise the voice.
Okay.
Don't raise the voice. Very important. Your body language is very important. And I'm sorry, I'm telling little gender-based comment here. But what happens, even though we want to take a leave from bosses or anyone, we always say, I want to take a leave. Full stop. Can anyone stop you from taking a leave? Since long time I'm working, this is pending, why? Why? And a lot of smile and body movements and getting that nod. No. Have you ever seen men doing this? Let's learn some great things from men. And I endorse equality. So don't worry, I'm saying men are better and women are not. No. But we are programmed like this. Yes or no? So right from our childhood, we are programmed like this. We get appreciated. Oh, Lakshmi is good. Lakshmi listens. Lakshmi never speaks. Lakshmi is sacrificing. Wow. And then Lakshmi, Nikita, Deepa wants to be like that. All extra things in your conversation. The way you talk like a musical, up and down, up and down, up and down. No. Turn. Making sense, everyone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, great. So now these are called intensify I statements. So first we have seen empathetic. I understand I can feel it. However, I statement, I want, I need. Okay. Now, another is time extension. This is the very good way. That is ask for time. What do I mean by that? This is a very powerful technique. You know, madam, I want to go early. Now, this person is going early, say, for example, very frequently, right? You have such kind of people. I will not say immediately yes. I will say, okay, let me think and then I will update you. Understand there is a context. It is not applicable to everyone. Not Juhi, Priyanka, Raki, not for everyone. We need to have the context here that the person is going early every day, every alternate day, right? That is the time, take a pause. Hey, Nikita, will you please do one favor to me? I want to go a little early today. You know, I have a marriage in the house, so I want to go. So will you send that report? Nikita says once, yes. Twice, yes. Thrice, yes. And then Nikita is very nice, so nice. I'm so glad that I'm your best friend, right? But Nikita is piece of eye.
Yeah, quite relatable.
Right? So now, Nikita, what you need to do next time someone comes and says, hey, Nikita, you know, I have something. Will you please give me a favor? I will let you know in 1 hour time. Will that be fine?
Okay. So we better take some time. Yes.
Believe me, Lakshmi. Believe me, this is a very powerful technique because other person will also
Sorry
say,
to interrupt you, ma'am.
Ha, Priyanka?
Ma'am, are we literally taking time or we are refusing the person?
No. See, now people will say, are you training us to being a diplomatic? Yes. Why? We don't have to be straight all the time. Because we know straight face get cut first. Because people don't like it. When Nikita will say no, other person will directly say, Nikita, nahi bolna to सीधा बोल देना. समझती नहीं हो ना सीधा.
And buying time always helps.
Help from your clients also. And believe me, when you are buying time from clients, right? If they follow up after second day, that is also great insight for you that the client is genuine. Do you agree with me? Let me know.
Yeah, but means
Yes,
instead of responding spontaneously, if we take some time, after some time, better we can present our intention clearly.
I'm telling you, just a pause. You just try. Just try. It can be anyone. Maid comes to you. Can I come tomorrow late? I will let you know. There is one meeting getting fixed up. Once that get clarity, I will let you know.
Oh.
Also, ma'am, we can say that let me check my availability and then I will get back to you.
Bilkul. Let me check my calendar. So these are different dialogues which you will use however you are asking for the time. Are you finding it interesting?
And ma'am, this will also give the person a second thought that should I ask it again?
Nikita, in my experience, what has happened, most of the time people start looking for the other option.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they will not come to you.
Absolutely. They will generally say that, okay, you know, oh, she is not saying yes. So of course, iska nahi hoga. So why to, wait, let me look for the another option. And that's what Nikita wants.
Yeah.
So see, we have to take stand here that there are certain things you want to give a great, clear message. Give, then you should not be bothered about the labeling. So we have seen one is empathetic. Second is I statements. I statements intensifies the talk. Third is time buying, right? And now I'm giving last thing, which is called scripting. See, when you want to have a tough conversation, just imagine the sequence. First, tell the event, okay? Then your feelings, then your needs, and then the consequence. But very important, this scripting technique helps you a lot. For example, Geeta, the production costs this month are 25% higher than average. You don't give me any indication of this. You did not give me any indication of this, which meant that I was completely surprised by the news. This frustrates me. क्या हो गया ये? Feeling आ गई, है ना? Feeling आ गई. This frustrates me and make me feel like you don't understand and appreciate how important financial controls are. I need you to be honest. And consequences, Gita, I'm here to help you and support you, because if you do not do it, then what will be the consequence? Am I making sense to everyone? Any tough schedule you have, person is not coming on time, person is lying, creating ruckus in your culture, person is not, maybe talking properly to your team leaders. It can be anything. Person enters in the room, starts talking. You have to go for the first batting. Who will take first batting? You will take. Nikita, I need to talk to you. Do you remember we were in that meeting? I was talking. That is the time you interrupted me. Situation? I was like, I'd taken aback. I did not like it. I felt it. Am I making sense to you? Please understand, you will never tell people feeling first. You will always express the situation followed by feeling. Making sense? Because I'll tell you, this is psychology. We are great heroes and heroines of our life. Yes or no? हम कभी गलत करते ही नहीं है. हमसे कभी गलती होती ही नहीं. Because we are like that. Because our psychology is like that. But now what happens? Someone comes and say, Aparna, I felt really bad. Then Aparna is like this. Oh my God, what did I do? And then my brain is looking for, when did I meet Juhi? What happens there? She spoke to me. Actually, I'm not listening to Juhi that time. My mind is gone, searching for data to save me. Right? So, एक पतंग की तरह लोगों को आपकी तरफ खींचना है. Means what? Juhi, you remember? We were in that meeting. You were sitting next to XYZ. And I was talking. And then she's like, yes, yes, yes. So she's coming to you. Her mind is opening. And then you, I was expecting your support there. I felt helpless that time. Next time if it happens, please support. Because when we support each other in front of our team, they respect us. Right? Ab yaad rakhna, okay? I will tell you one thing. Today in the morning, I was on a morning walk. There was one Mali, two Malis rather, they were all watering the plants. And I just stood next to one, and he was having a big pipe, and with big force it was. So I said, why are you using this pipe? Because the plants are very delicate. Arey madam, roz ka kaam hai, karna to padega na. Okay. The another Mali was there. He was using a different kind of a pipe. Then I said, how come you are using this? Madam, if we put a lot of force, then these delicate plants will go, na? Right? See, job is watering the plant, but it is your choice how you want to do. Right? You want to give the message to people. How do you want to give is your choice. It's your choice. Am I right or wrong? And if you have delicate relationships, take care. You cannot have that force. Otherwise, this relationship will die. And no one is that bad. It is only one situation we need to manage. And I have seen many people, after having such a nice conversation, again the relationship thrives. They enjoy, they forget, and that becomes a story. You remember how we were fighting on the floor and then this happened? Talk it out. But most of the time what we do, we keep all the talk with all of us. We have all the stories with all of us. Either we fight or we just don't talk. And we break the relationship. Does that happen with all of you? Hota hai?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely, everyone.
Great. So
Aparna, can I say something here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can totally resonate with what you're saying, especially जो pipe वाला example आपने दिया कि कैसे आपको बताना है. But just, and you know, this is very coming from my own personal experiences. So you try hard, being assertive is a skill. Let's say you work on it, and you put it gently. उसके बाद भी सामने वाला अपना एक narrative लेके आते हैं. हाँ, बात सही है, but निकिता अपना शुरू कर देगी. लेकिन मैंने आपको क्यों कट किया? मैं आपको बताती हूँ रूपाली, मैंने क्यों कट किया? अब इसके बाद क्या हो जाता है? उसके बाद आपका
very important, very nice. See, objective here that what is in your mind and your heart, we have to talk it out. Okay. Sometimes what happens, let person give a justification. For you, the matter is over.
Okay. Oh, that means we should not expect.
No, they will keep on talking. See, they will keep on talking, but your objective is not to handle their other things. Your objective, मेरे दिल में जो था, वो मैं बता दूं.
Okay. Instead of expecting that same from others.
And the best one important tip after that is, once that conversation is done, immediately normal with that person in a
Okay.
Don't drag it.
Yeah.
The moment you will drag it, it has gone. You know, for example, you had discussion, great. Just tell Rupali to the other person, I understood your perspective, great. So great buddies, and let's start. It's okay.
Yeah, because that is when the argument starts.
They may need their time, it's okay. I'll tell you.
Right, because that is when the argument starts. We feel we start with some assertive statement and then we feel that, why are you giving me justification? Oh, okay, then getting to some aggressive zone.
That means, no. What do you mean to say is, let us leave their justification to them only. Let's not go into it. Okay.
See, that justification is, honestly speaking, they are convincing themselves now.
Yeah, everyone, once they...
Right. So that is how it is, right? So now let's do few scenarios so that, you will get to know this and you can put it in the chat box. Priya has scheduled a meeting with you. The agenda is challenge. She is facing to work from office. She want to explore the possibility of work from home and want to have an extension of that policy. What technique of assertiveness will you use now? Ricky? So now this meeting is scheduled. You also know the agenda. Ashok, anything from your side? You can do the combination of it also. Now think from that perspective. Others can put it in the chat box also. Let me know. Okay, so Balaji is saying empathetic and Biplav is saying script. Okay, can we have the combination of empathetic and script? Think about it. Because in this scenario, empathetic is required, 100%. But can we be empathetic and make a compromise? Because if one person asks for work from home extension, you may need to give to the other people as well. Yes, making sense, everyone? Let me know. Are you ready to take another scenario? Okay. Ravi, one of your team members every day reaches office late. Your other team members are also observing, and you get to see that change in their behavior too. You decide to speak to Ravi and schedule one-on-one meeting. What technique of assertiveness will you use?
I statement.
Who is that?
Ma'am, Shalini.
Shalini, wonderful. How many of you think I statement will help here? You can put it in the chat box. Yes, Rupali is also saying I statements. Great. I statement and script. Script will be also when it is, it is second, third time discussion happening. Maybe, sorry, at the beginning, your I statement and script will come, but later on it has to be only I statement, nothing else.
Yeah, but
right?
actually the scenario, what I observed is maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
We have to be scripting an I statement. The proper.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I statement, that's all.
Yes.
Yes, great. Now let's have a look at this one. Okay, this is little bigger scenario. Have a look at this one. Max is a private limited company. It's going through transition. Company plans to implement digital solutions for better customer experience. All employees receives an email from MD Mr. Joshi. Team leaders receive the target to get the team trained in 2 months. You are a team leader and you invite your team for the first meeting. You update everyone, the schedule of training and the process of giving further more information. You motivate the team. You observe Vinay is not looking at you. Keep his hands folded and checking his mobile again and again. Now you need to have a talk with Vinay. What technique will you use?
Ma'am, scripting.
Okay. Any combination? I think scripting will be really great technique for this.
I think I statement and empathetic. Can we be empathetic and I
So
statement?
here, I
Yes, ma'am,
statement,
empathetic.
just a minute, I have to move someone here. Okay. Here, we need to understand there is a change happening.
Okay.
We also need to give time for people to adapt to the change. This is first meeting happening after the change. So we may expect such kind of reactions. There is a fear of losing a job, technology wise. There is a fear of technology itself, right? There is a possibility. And that is why the script will help. Anyone would like to use a script here?
How can we use a script here?
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to the script. How did we do? Yes. How will you use it now? Lakshmi, try.
See, the first one is the event.
There is Vinay, the event.
Means to tell the other person exactly how you see the situation of problem undefined, for example, Geeta. So how can we imply this here?
Just see, who would like to give a try here now? Let's use scripting technique for this. Shalini, go ahead.
Ma'am, I would say, see the person's name. I
Vinay.
understand you're worried. I understand you're worried about the transition.
Not understand. Understand is empathetic. Event. You have to just explain the event.
We are going to, we are going to the next level in the company.
No, event.
Hello. Yeah, can we go for some kind of training sessions and like calling them up and making them understand that this is necessary that we need to do?
Sahana, no, we don't have anything. See, because others are motivated. You saw only Vinay in that event. So what is the event? Event is Vinay.
And we will make him understand the agenda.
Let's have that because time is also there. Vinay, I observe you in the meeting. You were not contributing. Yes, observation. Then after that, what comes? After event, what is it there? Your feeling. I felt that you were disturbed that time. You're a senior person and I need your support and encouragement. Because if you are enthusiastic, other team members will also feel enthusiastic about it. Because if we don't do it enthusiastic, then it will be a tough situation for us. Now let's go back to the slide and see. Do you think, did I explain the event? Did I express the feelings? Did I express what I need from Vinay? And did I express the consequences? I'm telling you, each and everyone here, once you start managing the team, once you go on senior levels, maximum one-on-ones are about people related. And when these one-on-ones are people related, right? You need to have a lot of scripting things. That is a preparedness for the conversation, because you need to have the tough calls. Otherwise, you will become an ice cream person, right? So before I hope you have understood now the different techniques here. Yes, everyone?
Yeah.
Did you find it useful? Let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Yes. What is your one takeaway from today? What is your one takeaway from today? Let me know.
Yeah, hi.
Speak up.
Go ahead. Anyone?
I think it's if you become assertive, lots of problem can be solved in life.
Very good. And a lot of relationships will be saved.
Can be, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I understood
Very
that.
important.
I understood that. Let's not blend emotion with the inner conversation.
Amazing, Lakshmi. That's very nice. And we always say, you know, when you want to have tough conversation and assertiveness, it's like you are getting ready for the operation. And when your body is going, you know, under the knife, your BP needs to be normal. Absolutely normal. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rupali. So
Great tools.
it is always like that, you know, we give one technique and do a lot of practice on that. So today our thing was like to tell you random conversation, how do you manage, and planned conversation, what are the techniques which you can use, right? So I will be taking few questions. However, before that, I would like to show you something and then we will close the session, please. This is very important message that no one else will help you. This scene is very close to my heart. Sometimes when you try to become assertive, you will stumble. You may lose your confidence, but keep going. One incident should not stop you forever. Okay, so be ready for this, because you will not run the marathon on a very first day. On that note, I will say thank you so much. And now I will open up for the question and answers.